It's been a while since I've done a food video, so let's talk low carb. What's up everybody, I'm Dan and welcome to Backpacking Adventures. It's been a little over a year since I've done a food video, so today I'm going to go over basically the food loadout that I've taken on every single trip this year. I'm going to cover the food, the drink mixes, the electrolyte tablets, and as I go I'll try to list the calories and the macronutrients. And at the end, I'm gonna go over some of the other companies where you can get low carb backpacking food from. And as I go, I'm gonna list the calories and the macronutrients on the screen. I also created a spreadsheet, so I'm gonna show that throughout the time. It also includes the weights. I started my low carb journey back in, I think it was the end of 2021. And it's working very well for me, and both at home and on trail. So I'm showing you today how my low carb diet has translated to my foods on the trail. Now, I'm not a nutritionist or a doctor, and I'm surely not telling you that you need or should go to a low carb diet at home or on the trail. And if you're already somebody that's on that low carb journey, maybe this will give you some ideas. Now, just real quick, what is a low carb diet? Well, there are tons of definitions on what is considered low carb. Go ahead and look up the definition yourself. What I'm using as reference for this is where you get 20% of your total calories per day from carbs. So now let's get into the food. My food is broken down into 2 meals, meaning on trail I only eat 2 meals. I do not snack or eat anything in between or have any kind of drink mixes. It's water and electrolytes, and then I eat twice a day, usually around late morning, early afternoon, and then evening when I get to camp. All these I list on a spreadsheet with all the macros, and I'm going to show you that as I go. I also use that to determine what food I'm going to bring, and it's really easy because it's usually the same foods every day. I just duplicate it for each day. Now as I go over this food, it's going to be pretty quick because there's really not a lot, but it's very calorie dense. So basically for meal 1, and one of my favorite things I call is the trail sandwich. And what that is a Quest cookie. It's either peanut butter or chocolate chip, doesn't matter to me. And I will put dark chocolate. Now the dark chocolate, if you really want to be low carb, needs to be 85% or above. And I can tolerate 90, but once it gets above 90%, it gets to be a little bit too bitter. And I take 1 serving of this, which is a couple squares, put it on top, and I put peanut butter on it. And you can substitute this peanut butter because this does have some sugar in it, but you can substitute it for almond butter or all natural peanut butter or whatever kind of nut butter you want. I just like this, it just tastes good. But I put it all together and I just eat it like a sandwich. It's really good. I also have Spam. Always got to eat Spam on the trail. Always, always, always. Always take this, always have, probably always will. I also have keto cereal, a serving of keto cereal. And I also eat this trail mix. It's great value, it's omega-3. I just like the taste of it. It's a little bit higher in sugar, but I just really enjoy this. Now sometimes to mix it up, I'll take this, the serving of this, and break this up in little pieces and put it in a bag, and now have that just as something just a little bit different, and it's also faster. And I also eat these. These are called Whiffs. This is basically just dehydrated cheese. These come in a variety of flavors. I think this one is the Asiago Pepper Jack. They have ranch, Parmesan, and I think another one. And I mix them up. And I take, this is 2 servings, and I split them out into Ziploc bags. And these are also really, really good. They kind of, to me, replace having that salty, kind of savory like chips that I used to eat. Now for meal 2, basically when I get to camp, I will have a hot meal. Always like a hot meal. I know some of you are going to say, why don't you do cold soaking? I just don't like it. I like eating a hot meal even in the summer. And I'll have a next mile meal, which are all really good. And I will have a keto nut and seed, a bag of these deluxe, these are Walmart's brands, mixed nuts, and they're salted for electrolytes. And I'll have a little protein cereal bar from Kellogg's. And for my drink mixes, I've mainly been taking, I just get the cheap stuff from Walmart, the Great Value electrolyte drinks. They come in these little packets. They're easy. They don't taste the greatest, but I'll have them with my second meal with dinner. And the same with these Mio Sports. These I love. These are my favorite. These are really, really good. And they work really well. Now for my electrolytes that I have during the day, it's this Maximum Keto electrolytes. I get these off of Amazon, and they have no calories, no sugar or anything. There's just electrolyte capsules, and I'll just take those throughout the day, and I take them along in my pack. So that's my drink mixes that I take. And that's the food I eat throughout the day. It's pretty simple. It's pretty small. And again, I just duplicate this for each day. I do take extras, but what I will take is extra peanut butter, maybe an extra one of these, an extra one of these bars or these mixed nuts. I always carry extras to always equal out to another meal, just in case. As far as calories, just in this little bit of food, it comes out to 3,120 calories per day. It's only 73 grams of carbs, 233 grams of fat, and roughly 148 grams of protein. As far as the amount of calories I get from each macro, I get about 10% of those calories from carbs, 70% from fat, and another 20% from protein. Now for the weights, for just an overnight, like for a 2-day trip, it comes to, as far as the weight, it comes to 2.28 pounds. For 5 days, the weight comes in at about 6.69 pounds, which is a little over a pound a day. And I think that is just amazing. That's the lightest food loadout for the most calories on any trip that I've ever done. All right, so let's get into the companies that I know of that do have these backpacking meals. And Next Mile Meals is the first and foremost. Their company's based off of keto, very low carb meals. So every one of their meals is low carb. And I think I at least have one of each of them. And they're all very good. They're very low carb. And just to go over some of them, we have beef tacos, deli roast beef, buffalo style chicken ranch, Italian style marinara, coconut chicken curry, chicken and broccoli casserole, and then they have some breakfast meals, sausage scramble, and steak omelet. And I like these not just because they're low carb, but they're only 3.5 ounces per pack. And they're thin, they're small, and they have 560 calories. This one has 560 calories, and that's just in this little pack. So I get a lot of calories, and also I save a lot on volume. So that's why I mainly go toward, and they're good. They taste very good. That's why I mainly stick towards Next Mile meals. Another company is Packet Gourmet, and they have quite a few of them, and they're really good. I like Packet Gourmet. I think their food tastes really good. And these are some of the low carb options. I'm sure there's more, but these are the ones that I have. Kickin' Hot Wings wrap, Cajun Ranch chicken salad, the All-American Works burger, which you've seen this in some of my videos. This is one of my favorite all-time meals. Deli smoked roast beef. These are low carb. Like this one is only 7 grams of carbs, 40-something grams of protein. And these you have to make with wraps. And I'll get low carb wraps. I forget what the Carb Manager, I think, is the ones I always usually get. But another one company that I just recently learned about, and I did a video on this food, is Right on Trek. And these are two of the other ones. The one I ate, which is the beef stroganoff, which was really good. And these are low carb. And we have the egg scramble, and this one's chicken risotto. And they have a couple more. Not many, but they do have a couple low carb options. Some other ideas that you can take are any kind of shelf stable foods, like hard salami works well, maybe not in the dead of summer for 5 days, but a couple days it'll last. Any kind of hard cheese will last, like Parmesan will last very long. Pepperoni is good. You just have to look at the nutritional values on the back of the label if you really want to lower the carbs. And it's not difficult to do. All this food I get, with the exception of the backpacking meals, the dehydrated meals, I just get at my local Walmart because it's only like a mile or two down the road, and that's where I go to get everything. And it has it all. All right, there it is. That's the food. It's really not much in the grand scheme of things, especially when I put them in Ziploc bags and mix the things together. But it is the food I've been taking. It has been working very well for me. It fills me up. It gives me tons of energy. And this is by far, I'm sure I'll change it next year. I'm sure I'm going to tweak it a little bit. But this is by far the best that I've done so far. Now, before I go, I want to give a little bit of a shameless plug here for my wife's Etsy shop. Now, I get questions from time to time on these t-shirts, and this one is my favorite design here. It's biggest lie ever told, we're almost there, and it's two hikers walking up a mountain. And that is so true. And so on my wife's shop, I have a whole bunch of t-shirts that, like I said, her and I designed. And when I did these, I didn't want to do like backpacking adventures or my face, you know, that kind of stuff. Who wants to wear a t-shirt with my face on it? Nobody. So I wanted to design some shirts that were cool, that were funny, that people would like to wear. So I had a couple of them I wore in the videos that you've seen, and there's a ton more out there. So I'll put a link in the description to my wife's Etsy shop, specifically the Backpacking Adventures page. And I think there's mugs there. There's camping mugs, the metal mugs that you can use. And there's all different kinds you can get all these, many different designs of shirts, all sizes, all colors. So if you want, you know, you don't have to, I'm just asking you, check them out. The name of my wife's shop is Pixie Dust Perfect Shop, and I'll make sure I put a link to that in the description. That's it. That's all the food I take on my trips. And I hope this video helped you out if you're looking to go low carb and gave you some ideas. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.